Hi, I'm Bisola. Yeah. So today I will be encouraging us. I'll be encouraging us for many of us that are passing through issues, that are passing through storms of life. I want to tell you that God is with you. God loves you. God cares for you. God wants you. That God loves you. So with the faith, I want you to align yourself with God. Don't assume that Shebi is God. They say that God used to know everything. Don't assume that God is seeing you. That God is seeing you. God knows the problem. Talk to God. Talk to God about it. Talk to God about everything bothering. He's your father. He's going to listen to you. So, like many of us doesn't go to parties uninvited. That is how Jesus is. Many of us say, kò pè mí sí party yẹn so I cannot go. He did not invite me to that party so I cannot go. That is who God is. So that is who God is. If we do not invite him to that storm, to that problem, he's not going to step into it. Although he's seeing it, he knows they are passing through, but he wants you to open your mouth and talk to him. Let's take a look of when Jesus and his disciples were in the boat, they were traveling. Do you remember that a storm arose and Jesus was in the ship? Jesus was waiting patiently for them to call on him so that he can help them to stop the storm. So the disciples were trying all their possible best to be like, okay, I can stop the storm. I can let me see what I can do to, but they do not have that capacity to stop the storm until they woke Jesus up. That Jesus, oh, storm, oh, come and help us. So in that issue, don't assume that God knows. In that ship, Jesus knows that they were having issue, they were having crisis, but he was waiting for them to call upon him. So call unto Jesus. He's going to help you. And that marriage of yours that you are having issues with, call upon him. He's not going to step in if you do not request for his help. Talk to Jesus. He's the only father you have. He's the only friend that cares for you even more than yourself. In that boat, in that storms of your life, invite him. He's going to perfect everything. He's a perfect God. He's different from many other gods. He's a perfect God. He owns the whole nation, the whole universe. So what's your problem that you cannot solve? So I'm using this medium to tell you that Jesus is real. talk to your Talk to him about your issues. Talk to him about your problems. It's going to solve them. I have that belief. It's not like me that I'm talking that I have everything too, but I have that belief that okay, it's going to sort it. Are you getting? So I love you. Take care of yourself. Talk to Jesus about your burden. He's going to accept you. He said in his word that come unto me, all ye are heavily loaded. He knows you are going to pass through storms. He knows there are storms on earth since Satan is on earth. So there is definitely going to be troubles on earth. So call unto him. He cares for you. He loves you. Talk to him about that issue. Jesus is not a scam. Talk to him. Don't assume he should know it. He's seen it. Yes, he knows it, but he wants you to talk to him. He wants to be that number one person you should talk to when you are in problem, when you are in storm. So talk to Jesus. He's ever ready. He's going to embrace you. He's not going to neglect you. He's not going to say, "Oh, you are filthy." He's not going to condemn us. He's not going to discriminate you. Yes, so God is never too late. He's always on time. He knows everything. The Bible made it clear to us that He has known us before we were conceived. While we were in our mother's womb, He cares for us. So every challenges, every issues you are passing through, don't assume that God knows it. That ṣebí mò ń gbàdúrà sọ́lọ́run, ṣebí I'm praying to God. God is supposed to. Does God not answer? God does. Even if the situation is not looking as if God is answering your prayer, God is. You are passing through a process. In your waiting room, have faith. That's my word of encouragement to you today. That in your waiting room, have faith in God. Have faith in God. He's going to do it. In that challenges, call Him. In the storm of your life, call Him. Don't assume that okay, you should know. Yeah.